Hello.
Hi, Jerry. Okay, so here's yet another character here. This is Sakiko Daikin. This is my Hoppip. She is 14 and she's jolly and likes to run. She has Infiltrator as her ability. Her moveset is Payday, Seed Bomb, Bounce, Splash, and Acrobatics. I guess we'll talk about Splash very quickly. Sakiko is a really big fan of battling and
Like most characters.
like most characters, but she's a really big fan of Don't Tell Me Counterfeit?
Yeah.
Team Counterfeit, which is Anantha and Sei. And she saw the battle where, like, Anantha was, like, using Splash, like, offensively. And she was like, oh, I want to do that. And so she just started doing that.
Yeah.
So she uses Splash to just, like, flail herself at people. It's very funny. But, yeah, that's why she has Splash, because I thought that would be a cute callback.
I still like the weaponized Splash. That was a good.
I mean, that's how it works in PMD. So, like.
Yeah, but I just like the way that
I did. Yeah, I like the way you did that. So I wanted to,
because like I don't think you expected me to do that.
No, I was like, what the fuck.
So that was just
that was really good.
I fondly remember that moment.
Yeah, no, and that's why I wanted to kind of pay homage to that. I thought that was really neat. Yeah. She is 4'7", so she's very little. And her date of birth is March 12th, and her blood type is B.
Is she the youngest character we have?
When is Leanne's birthday?
No, she's older. She's 15.
Oh, I thought. Oh, she just turned 15. I think.
She just turned 15.
Oh, yeah. So then she is indeed the youngest character. Then, because the only other character that's close to her in age is Leanne. Yeah. So she is the youngest character. We'll get into how that makes sense in a second. But she is.
I didn't know if we had younger ones in Trinity anywhere though.
No, I don't. I think the youngest characters there are 15. Because Kelly used to be 14, but now it's a year past since then, so she's 15 now. Yeah. Okay, so this is Sakiko, as I said before. She is very excitable. Like, she just has, like, the...
To quote an old internet video, she's uncomfortably energetic.
Yeah, no, she is uncomfortably energetic. And she's extremely childlike. I mean, she's really young, but she acts very young.
Like she's 14, but she acts like she's like
7.
4.
Yeah,
7.
Like
7 is more accurate. But.
Like she's very like cutesy, and she acts really like adorable, kind of. She does that. I'm not sure how well versed you are with Japan as a language, or Japanese as a language, and like, tropes, anime tropes and stuff. But she is like a first person. That's a trope. But by that I mean she doesn't use pronouns. Like, she says her name instead of saying I or me. Yeah. Like, she says her own name, and she says other people's names instead of pronouns generally too. Like, to sound very little. Because in Japan, when you're very little, you don't use pronouns, you say your name. So it kind of is indicative of childlike behavior, and it just kind of goes in tandem with that. So that's like her thing. She's
It's the way you like adapted that kind of
phenomenon to English, which
English.
Doesn't quite translate, but it gets the point across.
Yeah.
She's how do I like...
I'm not sure what part specifically you're trying to describe, so.
I guess let's talk about this. She is in 10th grade at the moment, despite being too young, because she skipped 9th grade. So the last grade that she participated in was 8th, but she skipped 9th grade.
Yeah.
So make of that what you will. She has this ability with Payday. She can use Payday, and by that she can make these little coins, and that's kind of a coin that you see there. Has a little picture of her face on it. She insisted it's legal tender. It probably isn't.
But she can use it as such.
Yes.
It's like weird. Like,
yes.
She has used it to pay for things.
Apparently. But chalk it up to people just pitying her, or just thinking it's cute, or maybe it is. Who knows? But that's that. She can do that. As can her brother mentioned there. She has an older brother named Kyosho, and I'll talk more about him in a second.
You actually having named
yes.
siblings?
Yeah, no, he's not important is what I'm trying to say. He Okay, so she's a Hoppip, and he's an Alolan Raichu, much like their mother, Akisuzu, and I'll talk about her again in a second. Um, Akisuzu owns a major landscaping company in Alola. They live in Mali City, which is like the really Japanese-looking city. I think,
Yeah, it's
right?
it's the one with the big.
It's the one with the big garden.
The big
which is
garden,
what
yeah.
kind of in my
Yeah.
that's where my brain went with that. She's originally from Cherry Grove, Johto. That's where she and her brother were born. She can float because Hoppip. And no, don't ask me how her hair works. The braids don't ask.
They actually, when she floats, they actually like do the thing that Hopper does, where they like spin
Somehow.
in circles.
Somehow. Oh yeah, and instead of having a cell phone, she has a tablet, and she kind of like texts and calls Kyosho all the time. They have a very good relationship. So I guess I'll talk about her parents very quickly. These two. I guess we'll talk about Dad very quickly. Dad is a jump pluff. No, I have this. Okay, so I can't read, and I used to play a lot of Coliseum and stuff. And in Coliseum, you get a jump pluff, and for some reason, like I thought that like there was like an E in jump pluff or something, so I call it June pluff. If I say June pluff, that's because I've always said it that way. I never realized that it was just jump, like the word.
Yes, because for those of you who aren't aware, which I'm not sure how well known this is, but the evolutionary line is Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff.
Like hop, skip, and jump.
Yes.
Yes, because puns.
Puns.
But yeah, so if I ever say that, that's because for years I called it that because I can't read. Like I can't. Nope.
It's weird how you have that problem more than I have, like, problems with, like, calling things by their names as they were pronounced here.
With, like, a Dutch inflection?
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you point it out, isn't that weird? You don't do that.
No, I don't do it at all. They're, like, there were a couple ones that, like, I used to kind of still do, like, back in the day. But, like, I've gotten over them.
Yeah, no, I still haven't beaten Junepluff, though. I still haven't beaten that. It sounds better in my brain.
It doesn't to me.
No, it doesn't. It must sound, like, alien to everybody else.
I'm not sure where you get that.
No, but that's a tangent about Junepluff, I'm sorry, because I almost did it again. He's gentle and scatters things often. He's just a nice guy. Unfortunately, he's not in his kids' lives anymore. Him and his wife, former wife, I guess they got divorced. He hasn't been around for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. It's been a while at least that he hasn't been around. And then for Mom, she's Akisuzu Daikin. She's 49 and she's an Alolan Raichu. She's rash nature and hates to lose. She's kind of the best way to put her is kind of what I've said there. She's kind of just emotionally distant. She's kind of blunt. She doesn't really beat around the bush that much. She's kind of like strict, I guess would be the right word.
She's very like strict, like a very stern
woman. Yeah.
Parent.
Yeah. She's not kind of like a lovey-dovey kind of mom. She's not very.
Not really.
No, she's not that type of mother.
Which is funny considering her sister.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, so
because I said that we would mention that later.
Yes. Okay, so this is the thing we're mentioning
later now.
If you remember, Malia's mother is an Alolan Raichu, and her mom and Akisuzu are indeed sisters. So that would make Sakiko and Malia cousins. It is not relevant, but it's funny.
Yeah, it because they're like. They're not, like, their family is not, like, particularly close in that regard.
No.
Even though I think they live on literally the same island.
Yeah, no, because that's kind of when we made them related, because, like, well, they live on the same island and they're both the same species, so, like, what are the chances that they're not related?
Because that's the thing, because you, like, I think you asked me something about Malia's family, and, like, you were, like, something about, like, the mom, and then I mentioned at one point that, like, I wanted the mom to be...
a Pikachu or a Raichu.
Yeah, and then you're, like... And then, like, one of us had that thought. We're like... they should just totally be related because why not?
Yeah, no.
And so then we just decided that was the case.
Yeah, so they are indeed related, and
But it's more like a flavor text.
it's more a flavor text thing. I doubt it would ever be brought up.
I mean, they go to different schools, so it's not really.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just a funny thing. That is the case. And now that we have done that, we're going to move on to Kyosho. Kyosho is 21, and he's an Alolan Raichu. He is hasty and strongly defiant. He's a good guy. He's a very good older brother to Sakiko. He cares a lot about her. He looks out for her a lot. He is the former Alola Junior Division champion, but he aged out at 21.
Yeah.
The current Alolan champion we'll get to later, because that's another one of my characters. We'll talk about that. Kyosho is another one of those kind of characters where he's got a good heart, but like no brain cells.
No.
Like he's very stupid.
He's got a good heart, but not a good brain.
No. He kind of has he's got like that like anime protagonist kind of personality where he's like a dumbass, but like he's got a good heart and he's got a lot of like determination, and he's just kind of like, you know, again, anime protagonist. Like he's just a good guy. Another funny thing is that he has like the worst memory like ever. Like he like you know, like it's like Dory but Finding Nemo, but like worse. Yeah. Almost. Like he doesn't remember anything. Like he's like the kind of person, like, you know, you go around looking for something and it's in your hand. He would do that like 3 times. Like seriously, like he'd be like, "Oh, I found it," and then he would forget. Like he has no memory like at all. And he's really bad with faces. He's bad with names, and it's just a big disaster. But, you know, at least he hasn't forgotten he has a sister.
Mm.
That's something, right? I guess being a Alolan Raichu in those big ears, he's got good hearing. But, I mean, I just thought that would be funny. He's like, oh, he's got a bad memory, but good hearing.
Yeah. So at least if you remember, he'll hear you when you tell him.
Yes. So I guess that's that. Wow, I went over this really quickly. Because there's just not much to say, I guess. Yeah, no, that's this.
I'm trying to think of like anything else that we should mention. No, I think we're basically.
No, I think we're basically good. Just Sakiko's just cute, and her brother's a good character, and they sure do have parents.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that. So yeah, guess we'll see you for the next video.
Yep.